Hello and welcome back to the FPL YouTube channel. In today's video we're going to be covering the best Game Week 34 free hit draft ahead of a huge double game week. If you still have the chip available, then this is the optimal week to be playing the chip as well. If you do enjoy the content that you see on the channel, be sure to comment, like and subscribe, as I do answer all questions down in the comment section below. And we're trying to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the season. We've had a huge massive increase. We're getting super close to 900 subs, so if we could do it, it would be absolutely amazing and I would be forever grateful. But that's enough waffle from me. Let's dive into our Game Week 34 free hit draft. And starting off our team, we have gone for Ederson in goal. I do believe that he is the best goalkeeper pick that you can go for in Game Week 34. The double that Manchester City do have, Fulham and West Ham, absolutely excellent. It's ponging of a nice cheeky clean sheet in there for Ederson. I think as well, what you get with Ederson is that kind of confirmation, that little bit of confidence that he is going to be playing every single game. They aren't going to put the other goalkeeper in goal. It's going to be him. Whereas the defenders, I can see there being a lot of rotation. I think Stones, Ake and Akanji, Diaz as well are all fantastic options. But there's just a little bit too much rotation, a little bit of kind of, you know, who is going to play. There's not really that kind of clear structure to the Man City defence or any of the team really, to be honest. It's all potluck with Pep, isn't it? But I do believe Ederson is the best pick for this game week and arguably the best City kind of defender slash goalkeeper that you can get as well for this week. Moving into the back line, we do start off with Luke Shaw. Now, it's not an easy double for Manchester United. Aston Villa are in very good form and Brighton are a fantastic football side as well. We saw that in the FA Cup semi-final on Sunday as well. At times played Manchester United off the park. I think this double is massively being overhyped by kind of football people, FPL pundits and everyone, mainly United fans as well, just kind of overhyping this double a little bit too much. I think as well with the injuries to Varane and Martinez, that United defence isn't looking as stable as it was earlier in the season. Them two have been absolutely magnificent rocks at time for Manchester United, so it is a little bit of a concern for me. But a home and an away fixture, I think Aston Villa's good run as well is going to come to an end at some point. I watched a Tifo video where they spoke about how they were massively overperforming the data, so there is going to kind of be that norm back to reality for them. Maybe it's going to be in this game week. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. So Luke Shaw, the first defender in there. Not quite convinced by the Manchester United defence, but I don't think there are kind of any other better picks that you could go for on defence. Maybe you could go for Kieran Trippier, Southampton at home. It's only a single game week. That's why I was a little bit reluctant to put him, but it's still a great fixture for Newcastle United. Moving on to the next defender, it is Estupinian, one of my favourite players to own this season, one of my favourite players to watch as well. Watched a lot of Brighton's football this year and been very impressed with this man. Very attack minded, and two home fixtures for Brighton as well, which is very important. Wolves kind of a little bit all over the shop at the moment. It looks like they're going to be safe. I think they're on about 34 points at the moment, so it looks like they're going to be safe. Maybe one or two more wins and they'll get their safety in the Premier League. So I think their foot's just going to come a little bit off the gas. I think Brighton will absolutely demolish them, play them off the park. And then the United game, honestly, it could go either way at the moment. Like I said, in that game, in the FA Cup semi-final, Brighton at times were playing United off the park. So very happy to have Estupinian in this 34 free hit draft. And our final defender, we have gone for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Spoke about him in my Game Week 33 wildcard video as well, the new role that he's going to be playing. This kind of drifting into midfield, which we've seen a lot this season from Manchester City and Arsenal with the kind of inverted wing back, making it into a double pivot and him kind of just sitting deep and playing in midfield. I thought he was excellent as well against Nottingham Forest, picking some wonderful balls out as well. His free kick and corner delivery was massively on point, especially for the Salah goal as well. It is a very nice double as well for Liverpool. Tottenham at home, who are just in a little bit of like shambles at the moment. Looks like Ryan Mason is now their new manager as well, so it's just a bit of a big mess for them. And then Fulham at home as well, one of the worst teams on XG conceded. Still without Mitrovic as well, so they're a little bit, I don't know how to kind of call Fulham at the moment. They're very much hit and miss, aren't they? So yeah, I think that's an excellent 2 fixtures for Liverpool. That was the back line. Let me know what you think of it down in the comments, and let's move on to the midfield within our side. Solly March is the man who's going to start off our midfield. I thought as well we talk about Mitoma and McAllister kind of in this point as a kind of cluster, because they're the players that you are going to be picking between. March over the last 5 game weeks in the Premier League, 0 goals, 3 assists. Mitoma 1 goal, 1 assist, and McAllister 1 goal, 0 assist. I am filming this on the Tuesday before game week 33 has taken place, as I don't have time in the week to kind of film or edit or do anything. So this video is going out before game week 33. So if any players in this team do get injured, suspended, or just look absolutely naff, then it's perfectly acceptable to leave it down in the comments and I'll suggest another player for you to go for. But let's talk about these 3 Brighton midfielders. I have gone with March and Mitoma. They're in my team. That's the kind of preference I like. I prefer them that way, but I can honestly see why you would go for McAllister as well. He honestly gets so many shots off. It's absolutely unreal. Looking at his kind of data over the past few weeks as well, earlier today when I was doing the research for this video, and the shots that he gets off are just like the volume of shots, incredible. On penalties as well, the big thing for me is I think Mitoma's in there. He's nailed. His ownership is going to be through the roof over the next few weeks. I think his EO at some points is probably going to hit like 70, 80, even maybe 90%. That's how highly owned he is going to be over the next few weeks. So I think he's going to be essential. March, on the other hand, it's going to be a toss-up between March and McAllister, isn't it? I think it's how Solly recovers from that FA Cup penalty miss, because you could see at the end it absolutely devastated him. He's having a brilliant season. It potentially could knock his confidence, knock his ability. Maybe he's going to be a little bit more kind of reluctant to take on a man, reluctant to have a shot. Hopefully not, because he's in my team and I really want to do well this season. But, you know, that is kind of what we've got to think at this point. Is it worth going March or McAllister? I've gone with March. I back my boy. I think he's the better player of the 2, but can fully understand why you would go for McAllister. Moving on to the next midfielder, we do have Mohamed Salah. Really easy pick. 2 home fixtures for Liverpool. Starting to just tick over very nicely over the past few weeks. Real no-brainer for that one. The next man in midfield is Jack Grealish. Like I said, Manchester City's double with Ederson. This is an absolutely fantastic double for the Sky Blues. I nearly called them the Hammers then. That's West Ham. Absolute idiot. But yeah, I really like Jack Grealish as a pick. Originally, I was going to suggest Bruno Fernandes in this position, but it does potentially look like he is going to miss game week 33 after suffering an ankle injury. If he's fit, then I think maybe you could rejig this team and have Bruno Fernandes in there. I think he's been putting up some really good data, putting in some really good performances as well. With Grealish, though, he is also another player who's looking absolutely explosive at the moment and assisting the FA Cup at the weekend as well. He is looking absolutely fantastic, forming a great partnership as well with Erling Haaland. Them two are just clicking. House on fire time, baby. It's absolutely go time for them. So we have gone for Grealish. The other player that I do like as a potential shout is Anthony. I'm not adverse to going against Gakpo either, but he was brought off kind of early, didn't impress against Nottingham Forest, so I have gone for Grealish. He's the man who's kind of been running the show a little bit for City over the past few weeks. KDB, another shout as well, if you can manage to squeeze him in there, but you are going to have to make sacrifices elsewhere as well. But the final midfielder we are going to talk about within our team is Marcus Rashford. Now, with this one, I think you've got to have Rashford. It's a great double. His ownership is going to be absolutely through the roof, so if he does anything, then, you know, it's going to be an absolute rank killer. But I think he doesn't look fit enough. I think Manchester United potentially rushed this man back. Played half a game against Sevilla and then played the full 120 minutes against Brighton. And I just think he's still not 100% fit. Maybe these kind of midweek round and then a double game week are going to come a little bit too soon for Rashford's fitness. Maybe we could see some early substitutions from him as well and a little bit of rotation. Hopefully Manchester United don't knacker him out again, because, you know, it's such a shame when he's playing so well. You know, you've got to look after the players, you've got to look after Marcus Rashford's mentality and his headspace as well. So that's the big thing. But I could be saying all this and he could absolutely pop off in game week 34. But with with that kind of little bit of a niggle, little bit of a doubt around his injury kind of comeback, I'm a little bit hesitant to have him in my team, but can fully understand why he's in here, because, you know, his EO is going to be plus 100%. If you want to maintain rank or, you know, not get absolutely decimated, then you're going to need this man in your team. That was the midfield. Let me know what you think of it down in the comments section below. We are going to move on to our 2 forwards and have a quick run through of the bench. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the final 2 players that complete our side, our full 11. Here they are. Erling Haaland, we are going to start off with first. TC potential. If you still have your triple captainship available, got to be playing it this week and got to be playing it on that man. Fulham are absolutely awful in terms of XG conceded. West Ham, on the other hand, it looks like they've turned a little bit of a corner, but still leaking goals at the back, and you could see Thanos here absolutely just smashing the shit out of them, to be honest. As well, with the West Ham fixture, they have kind of turned a corner, picked up a few points, started to drag themselves away from the relegation zone. I do think they're going to be safe this season, but you never know. But I do think that potentially they could rotate in that Manchester City game, focus on more important games coming up for them, other games in their relegation battle, and they have the Europa Conference League semi-final as well. So we could see a little bit of rotation, which would absolutely massively benefit Erling Haaland and our Manchester City assets as well. But like I said, TC potential, if you do have it, this man should be on it for game week 34. And to finish up our starting 11, we have gone with Diogo Jota, the highest scoring Liverpool player over the past 5 game weeks, excluding game week 33. As like I said, this is being filmed on a Tuesday before any of the games have taken place. 4 goals, 2 assists, absolutely exploded in the Nottingham Forest game. The only concern you do have with Jota is kind of that little bit of risk of rotation, but I feel with any top team, that risk is very much there. But he seems to be the man that's kind of potentially going through his little bit of purple patch. Super low ownership as well at the moment, so it could be a massively explosive, rank defining differential. Calling it out here now. Will he start both games or will he see out both games? Potentially not, but both teams, like I said, going through a little bit of kind of shaky form at the moment as well, so you want to take full advantage of that. Before we finish up, let's have a quick run through of the bench. Leno, yeah, he doubles. I think if you are not convinced by Edison, you could go for Alisson. That's another good shout. The 2 defenders, I've gone for Trippier and Botman. Southampton at home. Excellent fixture as well. If you're not convinced by Jota, or maybe you want to try and squeeze Bruno or KDB in here, I think Isaac is an absolutely fantastic option as well. Southampton at home, yes, it's only 1 fixture, but it looks like they're going down and they are absolutely dreadful. And then the final forward is Greenwood on our bench, just to give us enough budget to put this mega team together. Ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy today's video and you enjoyed the content that you see on the channel, please be sure to like, comment and subscribe. Like I said at the top of the video, we are trying to hit 1,000 subs before the end of the season. We're super close. We're absolutely smashing it at the moment, so let's keep that support going. Hope you have a good week and good luck this game week.